At this point, give me a fucking tinfoil hat because the shit is just off the charts. Number one, do y'all remember how in Leave the World Behind it started with a massive cargo ship, kind of like the one that just crashed into the Key Bridge? Number two, why was there another bridge that had an accident and caught fire in another major city? These two bridges happened less than 3 hours apart from each other in different locations. What are the chances that these are major cities and these bridges lead in and out of these major cities and they are all of a sudden being literally destroyed? Along with them telling us that this solar eclipse on April 8th, the National Guard is supposed to be here. We won't have cell service. It's causing a massive uproar due to people trying to get in and out of major cities. I'm just a conspiracy theorist, so don't take everything I say as fact, belief, or to be true, as these are just my own ideas, opinions, and beliefs. Even though I do use real material and articles, I am simply stating what I believe. Are they trying not to allow people to get in and out of these major cities during the eclipse? You guys, this is a depiction of the actual ship from Leave the World Behind. I'm gonna show you what it looks like in the movie and the one that just crashed into the Key Bridge. Now here are multiple photos of the scene that the ship was in and how it was used in Leave the World Behind. And then here is the freaking ship that crashed into Key Bridge. Am I tripping or does that not look the same? Mine is the top that has obviously been taken off. And then hours after the first bridge literally gets rammed into and people are in the water, you have a spontaneous combustion of a massive fire underneath another gigantic bridge. And both of these incidents happened today, Tuesday, March 26, hours apart, and you think that's a coincidence? All of that is happening, and then you have people coming out with articles about the solar eclipse and saying that they are concerned over drivers, gridlock traffic from out-of-town flockers to view, and even cell phone outages from overload of cell towers. Large crowd gatherings and increased demand for food, water, and fuel are creating a logistic problem for regions across the U.S. in the path of totality. One thing that's sticking out to me is how they're not emphasizing that you will not or will not probably have cell service during this total darkness eclipse. You couple that with bridges literally being destroyed, like something straight out of an apocalyptic movie where no one's in control, i.e. Leave the World Behind, and you tell me if you don't need a fucking tinfoil hat too. Again, these are just my ideas and beliefs, and I'm just a conspiracy theory, but the shit is looking real crazy as of today.
Okay, watch this. Everybody is talking about April 8th, but did you know NASA will be firing 3 rockets into the eclipse? This project is called Serpent Deity. This is from nasa.gov. NASA to launch sounding rockets into moon's shadow during the solar eclipse. This is from Forbes. Why NASA will fire 3 rockets at the solar eclipse. But why is it called Serpent Deity? The serpent or snake is one of the oldest and most widespread mythical symbols. Serpent God is the name of this mission. Please tell me you have seen this symbol of NASA and the serpent.
Whoa,
NASA in Hebrew literally means deceive. And watch this. In Genesis 3:13, and what is this that thou hast done? And the woman Eve said, the serpent beguiled me. What is that word beguiled? This is the Hebrew word H5377 or nasha, which means to beguile or deceive, but it gets better. 2 Hebrew words before this is H5375, which is also nasa, which means lift up to deceive. NASA literally means lift up to deceive.
Oh, shut up, silly woman, said the reptile with a grin. You knew damn well I was a snake before you took me in.
Wait, so y'all really mean to tell me you guys don't know what this is? How does nobody know what CERN is, bro? If you don't know what this is, you need to watch this video
What
right
is
now.
CERN?
So CERN is this large facility located in Switzerland. They have what's called a Large Hadron Collider. This is what it looks like. This is the size of it, guys. Look at that. You may be asking, like, what even is that? I'm not even gonna get too scientific with this. The Large Hadron Collider is basically this thing, this circle, right? It has particles going around the circle at like 11,000 times per second. Guys, their goal is to find out how this universe was created by finding dark matter. So yes, you have scientists on Earth, somewhere located in Switzerland, running particles at 11,000 times per second, trying to create dark matter. I think you guys realize what this means. You guys do realize that if they mess up
That's
once,
crazy.
that they can literally create a black hole on Earth? That's besides the point, bruh. What is their true motive? All I gotta say is this. Their logo has 3 6s in it. Just a few years ago, they had to shut down the operation because they said while the operation was going on, an apparition was developing out of the Hadron Collider, and all of the scientists were experiencing hallucinations. So if you guys can't really write up what I'm trying to tell you here, just go ahead and do your own research. The current portals of hell. Portals of hell. Portals of hell. If you guys didn't understand what I just said, please try to understand or comment down below. But I can't say it on TikTok. But yeah, that's what they're trying to do with this thing. So yeah, this was their opening ceremony. For what reason do they have to have this at their opening ceremony? Like, bro, you guys may know the Baphomet looks just like that. And well, why do they have like a circulating, like, okay, this is just weird as fuck. If you guys want to watch the full video, go to YouTube to watch the full video, because I can't put it on here because TikTok is going to give me a community guidelines thing. But bro, go look up CERN opening ceremony and you tell me if that's demonic or not. So yeah, this company is running this whole organization, this demonic company, and they're trying to open up something.
Wow.
Okay, and yeah, there's nothing we can do about it really, but to pray to God and just be protected by the Lord. Okay, there's nothing we can do about it. There's literally nothing we can do. What are we gonna do? All right, y'all.
That's crazy.
Do you want a mind fuck? This is how one-dimensional everyone is, okay? The United States shares a border with Russia. If you were to book a flight from Alaska to Russia,
yes,
it would show you a 19-hour flight to Moscow. If you just said Alaska to Russia, 19 hours to Moscow. Russia is 55 miles away from Alaska. That's why the states wanted it so bad. It's 55 miles. Like, how close is that? That's like an hour and a half drive from the United States to Russia. Why all the secrecy? Why present it in that way? What are you hiding on that side of the fucking world? You know what else it brings us close to? If you look at it that way, China.
Wow.
China's like right there. Few extra hours, but that's how close it is to the United States, though. It's just a bit south. But you don't look at it that way. You look at everything like it's just this one plate and everything is all the way over there. It's not, though. It's a small world after all.
So this total solar eclipse that's happening in April is going to be the end of Pope Francis at the Vatican. My voice is a little hoarse, but bear with me because I'm about to drop a fucking bomb on you. So a lot of people are referencing the total solar eclipse with the 3 days of darkness, and honestly, you guys are on the wrong train, and I'm gonna explain to you why. So first, let's start off with the Vatican, because I know you're thinking, what the fuck does the Vatican have to do with a solar eclipse? Did you know they own one of the world's largest, most powerful telescopes in the world, and it is located on top of something called Mount Hermon, which no one has access to. Oh, and Mount Hermon is said to be where the fallen angels or the watchers that were in the book of Enoch that procreated with humans and caused all-out chaos that got the great flood sent by Noah. This is where they came upon earth, and it makes sense that the Vatican would have this mountain under control. Like, you cannot access it. Just know that Mount Hermon is an entry point and was used as an entry point to earth for fallen angels demons, and even aliens, and that is why it is kept under guard. But it makes sense as to why the Vatican would have this under control, as they were also responsible for taking all the information about fallen angels and watchers out of the Bible in the first place. The reason that I say that this will be the end of Pope Francis with this eclipse is because did you know that in ancient Rome, right, the Romans, Caesar, Augusta, all of those Romans from the Roman Empire, they died during a total solar eclipse, and it was catastrophe. And the Roman Empire is just the Vatican, aka the Pope. I'm not negating the 3 days of darkness, but I'm telling you that that solar eclipse is going to be the judgment of the people who need to be judged. And I feel like Pope Francis is on that list. And mind you, there is someone who just left the Vatican, a very important ex-pope who said he is writing a book on all the secrets that have been kept by Pope Francis. Along with that happening in February 23rd of this year, there is actually a prediction that Pope Francis would be taken off the throne and replaced by Notre Dame years ago. And remember how I told you people of the Roman Empire, leaders of the Roman Empire literally all died during a solar eclipse? Yeah, the great Caesar. Julius Caesar in 44 BC. It was an eclipse that lasted for almost a year during a war between Anthony and Octavian Augustus. And it wasn't just Caesar, it was Augustus also died, and Claudius died on his birthday during a total solar eclipse as well. And again, these are all leaders of the Roman Empire, aka the Vatican. And some people would say that's baloney. How do we know this? We know this because there is someone by the name of Pliny who was a natural history writer back in the AD 79, and he was known to write all aspects of geology, geography, nature, and history before he died trying to rescue people from the eruption of Mount Vesuvius. He specifically documented the phenomenon of eclipses and how that these eclipses happen with people in the Roman Empire literally dying, like the assassination of Julius Caesar in 44 BC and the eclipse that also lasted between the Roman Empire war, Anthony and Augustus. And this got to a point where it was predicted, and there was another Roman Empire leader of Claudius, and they predicted the eclipse was to take place on the emperor's birthday, a rare and potent event, and he fucking died. Now remember I told you that Mount Hermon was literally mentioned in the Epic of Gilgamesh and the Book of Enoch, which were taken out of the Bible by the Vatican. The same people who put that big ass telescope up there for whatever reason and closed the main middle of it off to the public, they're the same people who hid the knowledge about fallen angels coming to earth through Mount Hermon when it was split by the epics of Gilgamesh, and I'll get into that another day. I believe that this total solar eclipse is going to bring everybody who has been a part of hiding the truth about our world, about aliens, about gods, everything that the Vatican has in those archives will have to pay. And Notre Dame made this prediction. He was an astrologer. He said, through the death of a very old pontiff, a Roman of good age will be elected. Of him it will be said that he weakens his see, but long he sit in biting activity, he wrote. And Pope Francis, that is who he was referring to, he said that he would soon be replaced in the year of 2024. And Pope Francis just turned 87 on Sunday and has been having health issues. Serious health issues. I'm not wishing death on anyone, but they said that he had lung inflammation and breathing problems, which at 87 is not good. So when you guys get on here and say I'm wishing death on someone, I'm not. I'm just simply saying that he's going to be replaced. However, a pope is replaced. I mean, they put the last one on trial who was literally dead already. So I'm going to do another video about the Vatican, Mount Hermon, and the giant fucking telescope that they have up there. Yes, thank you for watching.
I don't know if you noticed yet or not, but the age of secrets is over. The age of gatekeeping, it's over. The age of celebrity worshipping, it's over. The age of, wow, look at that guy, he has so much money.
That's
Worshipping
over.
that, over.
Everything is
You
over.
got Mark Zuckerberg building bunkers? You think bunkers are gonna save you? You're rich, privileged, soft. Think you're gonna be able to live in the bunker? You know who lives in the bunker is the H group. And people like that and poor people, they're gonna survive. And how are you gonna come out of your bunker after that? What do you think we're gonna do to you after you come out of your bunker? What do you think we're gonna teach our kids about the bunker people? You think we're gonna just let you build a bunker and after you took all this money and you destroyed the world?
Wow.
All right, everybody. So here is the truth about the 2024 Great Solar Eclipse, April 8th. Okay? Watch the TikTok videos out there. When somebody is drawing you in with like, look out, right? That feeling of, they're playing off of your trauma response. Okay? There's nothing more darker out there. There's nothing more evil than mental and emotional manipulation. Okay? There's shit stirring. And a lot of these people, almost every single one of them, because not one person said in a TikTok video what I'm about to say. I haven't seen it about this great solar eclipse. Okay? You cannot access truth from thought. And you cannot access truth from logic. Okay, in certain instances, but nothing on a spiritual level. Ego, truth and logic and thinking comes from ego, right? So the only way to truly access truth is to separate from ego and thoughts and
Exactly.
center with higher
You have to
self.
separate ego and
Okay,
turf.
and then and only then you will get the truth without any emotions involved. Right? None of that. Only centered in peace and love and quiet and stillness. Most people cannot do that. Okay? It takes dedication, and you really have to understand meditation in order to get to that point. So I'm going to tell you the truth about this eclipse. What's going to happen? Well, the same thing that happens with all eclipses. It's going to be a beautiful shift and a new stage of awakening. Okay? It's not going to be anything that's super dramatic. There has never been anything that has been super dramatic. I remember these eclipses when I was a kid, where the sky would go black, and you're looking out the classroom window and it's black out there. We lived. There was movies, Night of the Eclipse and things like that was made after that. Now, these people on TikTok, right? Stick around to the end because this gets good. There's a song, I don't even like the band, but here's the lyrics. It says, it's the band Creed back in the day. It says, "Hey, Mr. Seeker, hold on to this advice. If you keep searching, you will find." So these people are using thoughts and they're using logic, and they're like, oh, look, there's an X across the United States. Oh, that must mean X marks the spot. Oh, that must mean there's a mark. Oh, the mark of the beast. And then there's the Jonah. And then it's under the constellation of a whale. And they just go and go and go and go. And they think that they're onto something. Okay? I'll tell you what I see. When you see this symbol across the United States, I see infinity. I see love. I'm not seeing what anybody else that I've seen has said on TikTok, right? Why is everybody so fear-based? Everything is always about fear and watch out and hurry up. right? It's all a fucking distraction to pull you out of your center and to pull you out of your now, right?
Wow.
The future is not real.
He
The
might be
past
saying,
is not
maybe
real.
he said the
The
truth.
only thing that is true, the only thing that is real is now. Now. So every single thing that you're going to see on TikTok, most likely, besides this video, and let me know if there's any others out there that's saying what I'm saying, is to get you off center,
Sanchez.
to manipulate you, and to pull you out of your now, to put you into worry and fear and lack. Okay? So Eclipse is a beautiful alignment to the galactic center. I mean, it just brings more light in, and more light than usual than a non-eclipse day, right? And what is these series of portals, if you will, to the galactic center do? Series of light to help awaken the people on the planet and to help bring them to a higher vibration. But what does light do? It stirs up shit. And things need to be purged in order to be healed and to be cleansed. It's simple freaking common sense. Think of a fever. What does a fever have to do before you're better? It has to break. Okay? Back in my day, you actually had real fevers, not chemical manipulated fevers and flus that are nowadays. You actually had a fever, and one day you just woke up covered in sweat, and it broke. It's gone, and you know that it's gone, right? It's an amazing feeling, and you feel cleansed, and you feel refreshed, and you feel rebooted, right? So that's why there's these cleansing that's going on around the world, and all these people are talking about the Bible and the end of times and all this stuff. You know, if you want the centered truth coming from somebody that's centered with higher self, universal oneness, you want the truth, follow what I'm saying on here. Okay? And I promise you I won't steer you wrong. Okay? Watch the videos that I'm about to post about the truth about the Bible and the truth about Jesus Christ. Okay? Because it can really shock you, but it can free you at the same time. So this great solar eclipse, yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be cool. It's going to be over in 4 minutes. And, you know, I hope you guys remember this video and all the other bullshit videos that are out there. And you really think for yourself next time you want to listen to a video, right? Listen for yourself.
Well,
Listening is here. Listening
will
is in the
see.
heart. It's not here, right? Go by what you feel first, okay? I always go by my intuition, what I feel, then what I hear out there has to validate what I'm experiencing in here. It has to resonate. There has to be a connection. If there's no connection, it's never truth. And I've always honored that and followed that my entire life. And it has never steered me in the wrong direction. Okay? So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Love to everybody.
Wow. Il t'a dit la vérité.
I have a very interesting theory that has been haunting me for days. Now walk with me here on this, okay? This is going to be a slow burn. This is just a theory, but the reason I'm sharing it is because it keeps replaying in my damn head. And that makes me think that it is not a theory, but a message from the invisible people that be having our back and shit. You know how they do cloning, right? It's common knowledge. Cloning goes on. People know where the cloning centers are. It has been known or publicly told that cloning has been going on, at least in America, since the 1940s. That means it's literally been going on way before that, because that's what they told us about it, right? But we even find gene splicing and cloning evidence dating back to ancient Egypt, okay? Cloning is nothing new. Stay with me. Now, my fellow Wokemon head-ass motherfuckers, I know just like me, you were thinking that the clones were like, they were cloning people and replacing them in real time and shit like that. And I do think that that has been happening and does happen. Yes, yes. But my theory is, my hand started to shake. My theory is that they have been stockpiling clones for decades, for centuries even. They have been stockpiling clones for this time here now. Right now. Why the fuck am I saying that? Good question. The reason that I'm saying it is because I don't know about you, but since since January the 27th, the most spiritual holy woman I know told me that this shit has flipped. Something has happened on the earth. If you spiritual, you know, sometimes you have those days where they really with you, and they with you all day long. Your angels, your spirit guides, your ancestors, you see signs, you see. January 27th was a day like that for me. And I think something happened cosmically, right? You know, in the Avengers, when Thanos snaps his finger and half of the Earth's population disappears, that illustrates exactly what is happening and what is going to happen in the transition of the 5D. That is why people like myself and many other spiritual creators have been screaming to the top of their lungs, at least since 2019, 2020, but well before that. But since that time, people have been screaming on top of their lungs for you to get your heart right, for you to forgive yourself and others, for you to do shadow work, for you to prepare your vessel for the change of the earth. Because if you don't, bitch, you're going to die. Plain and simple. You're gonna fucking die. Like how them people turn to dust. That's what's going to fucking happen. That's the reason why me and other spiritual creators care. So it ain't that we care about you. I don't even know you. My life be going mad normal without talking to you. Right? But I care about you from a distance. Like, bro, get your fucking heart right so you don't fucking die. Anyway, right? Back to my original point. Forgive me, I get spirited. Forgive me, I get a little spirited sometimes. Which brings me back to my original point. I believe that the cloning, all of the cloning, while they have been using the clones in real time over the years, the entire real purpose of it was for right now, because I think something happened. I think Thanos snapped his fucking finger. I think half of the population of the earth is gone. And I'm saying this out loud just in case somebody else thinks it. I keep hearing people coming into my job or fucking just in my regular everyday life saying, it's so quiet out here. Past few days. Why is it so quiet? It seems so dead. The whole city just seems so dead. Bitch, I think the shit didn't happen and ain't nobody saying shit. And I think that a lot of the things that we think are people, that we think are conscious humans, are fucking clones just to fill this shit up right now, as we have already taken back the earth so that we don't know, so that we don't have any idea, so that we think everything's still normal. I could be wrong. Y'all know I be smoking that damn reefer. Pray for me. Y'all those who know the words of prayer, man.
You guys, oh my God, watch this.
So you're telling me,
If
for
you
the
have
right
money,
amount of money,
anything is possible.
you are being pursued by the federal government. You can send a decoy airplane to go a total different direction with your name as being on board that airplane. And meanwhile, the government demands that airplane to land, thinking that you are on that airplane trying to flee the country. And while they, believe you are on this private jet, it lands and you're not there. You are really on another airplane, which they have no idea where and what airplane you are on, exiting the country. Do you know what I'm talking about? Well, due to recent events, someone is heading somewhere where they cannot be extradited back to the United States to face
their actions. You will probably never ever see this man step foot on U.S. soil again. He's not the first to do it. There are other celebrities that have gone down for nefarious things, but they do a little something different. Do you know what that is? These people will fake their right and make everyone think that they no longer exist. Meanwhile, they are somewhere living on a private island with all their money, chefs, everything you can possibly think of, and everybody thinks they're no longer here. Everything you see in this world is not really what it is. There's many things that deceive the human eye. Evil people who have money are able to escape justice because they have the funds. This is not little money. They have the funds to create a whole new identity. Some have even changed their face with plastic surgery. I'm out.
That was crazy, honestly.